Hey everyone, you can barely see me. Um, Recently, my son Vikrant got accepted into Ohio State University in the electrical and computer engineering program, and this was great because that's what I wanted for him. He wanted for himself, and we posted it on social media. Everybody congratulated him. His friends found it more funny than anything, but that's okay. He liked it. But it did spark a couple of thoughts and conversations with us. One thing I told him was, in this society, especially in the US, people get really excited about their kids doing something in sports or arts, or I have very rarely seen people being proud of their children's academic excellence. Um, and that's reasonable. There is no winning feeling when somebody solves a math problem, as opposed to if somebody wins a game and everybody's cheering them. So I understand why they can be excited. But what I told him was, if he wants to play, and he does play soccer with his friends, it's not in a team or league or anything. I told him if he wants to play, if he wants to do something, that's on him. The most I am going to be excited ever about his achievements is this: as long as he gets a good program and he excels in it, that's all I care about. So and the other thing is that because there is less demand and interest from not only the students but also their parents, it actually makes his job easier. When I was growing up in India, the only way to get out of poverty, which pretty much entire India was in, was to get a good education, and the competition was cutthroat. I couldn't get into an engineering program I actually tried for 2 years because while I was good at math and science, the standardized test that is used in India for engineering entrance is very, I didn't like it. It's a timed test with 100 questions. It's all about speed and tricks and how quickly you can get to an answer. I could never master that, but it took me a while to get into a program that I liked. And here, because we don't pay attention to academics, he was actually able to secure it with less of the rigor that would have been required in India. So that was one. But what really bothers me, and again, it did play out in his favor, and it will probably play in favor of my younger son too when he's ready for college. But as a society, we lose. I have been in multiple school meetings and even casual conversations where parents have pretty much asked for the academics program to be cut, math and science or whatnot, so we can fund soccer program or lacrosse or football or whatever it is, right? And the problem is, one, we pay a lot of attention to the things that give instant dopamine high. We get excited when somebody wins a game. We don't understand when somebody solves a science problem or a math problem. But also at the school level, I have seen discussions where schools have secured millions in funding for a new stadium or a new swimming pool because we want to run schools as a business. And whoever decided, and it's not one person, it's probably everyone in this country, whoever decided to run schools as a business should have their head examined. If you look at a society and what role schools play in that, schools are designed for imparting knowledge to students. Imparting knowledge is not a profitable business. It's an investment in our future. if you want to focus on your sports program so you can bring more revenue, if you want to bring revenue through your drama or band or arts class, that's not what the schools are built for. You are losing focus there. The only ROI a school manager needs to look at is to see how their students are faring in the real world, if they are going on to become doctors, architects, engineers, accountants, entrepreneurs. That's what we need to be focused on. If you want, if someone wants their kids to play in soccer and need funding for that, they need to open a soccer club or football club or whatever that sport is. But I think as a society we lose when we put misaligned goals. But it's difficult. Like I said, it's not just, we can say all of this, but if we go back and start cheering our kids in a game but completely ignore the kids who are really good at academics, that whole argument falls flat on its face. There is also somewhat of an expectation from the parents that their kids will get a scholarship, sports scholarship. I have actively told my kids to not focus on that, because and this started back in the 70s when Harvard and a couple other schools realized that they get a spectrum of academic excellence in their cohorts. They decided that the bottom of the academic students, why not fill them up with other skills, sports, arts. Well, arts is also an academic field, but they decided to put some diversity there, and that's the reason they started all these scholarship programs. So if you are trying to get a scholarship in sports, you are literally losing out on academics. And I told my children very clearly that don't worry about sports scholarship, focus on your academics. If you can get a scholarship on your academics, that's well and good. If not, we'll figure out some other way. But that's one thing that can really ruin our kids' future, and as a society we should be really worried about. Like I said, it worked in our favor, but there is also the bigger question that I need to focus on. So alright, I have a few more things, but now I'm at work, so we'll stop here.